today. We're going to cover 3 strategies for managing stress in order to practice our self-regulation skills. We acknowledge that you are here at SMCC with the intention to leave with skills that can be useful to support time management and also allow you to apply skills for future leadership positions. We hope that from this workshop that you will leave with a few additional skills that can help support you as you continue to navigate responsibilities and add other things to your plate and eventually step into new roles.
So when thinking about like self-regulation, being a leader, and being a student, it's good to kind of like identify what you have going on at the moment. So if we all want to go around and just let each other know like what things we have going on in our lives. So I'm gonna pick up. And also, my name's Emily, and I haven't introduced myself at all. I'm sorry. But I'm gonna pass it over to Delaney to kind of start that conversation.
So I'm Delaney, and something that right now I've been juggling recently is being in grad school and then having to kind of manage that with also responsibilities at home. Like I have a dog, so having to kind of make sure that my dog's taken care of, and then also being a student and being away from home.
So my name's Ellen, and when I think about the different things I'm juggling, a lot of times I feel pulled between 2 things that I love to do. On one hand, I provide a lot of like direct support to students on campus, and at times that can be really busy, and other times it can be kind of quiet, while at the same time managing the 2 food pantries on our campus. And sometimes everything flows together perfectly, and sometimes it feels like everything's happening all at once. Like the food's being delivered when a student's in crisis, and I can feel myself get so stressed in those moments. It's just tough to manage that feeling sometimes. What about you?
My name's Lewis, and some things I'm finding myself having to juggle is my schoolwork and work, because I also work 24 hours a week, and just trying to like figure out when I can do my schoolwork, when I can like go to work and not feel guilty, like, cause like, oh my gosh, I have so much schoolwork I need to do. And then free time, like basketball and friend time. How can I do that and not feel like I should be doing homework at the time, or something else to better myself? But that's what I've been doing.
It's a lot. Yeah, I can relate to everybody here. Also balancing school and trying to find work for the summer and just balancing home life too, which is a lot. And kind of going off of that, identifying our behaviors is important when knowing the wisdom of yes and no. So when things are starting to get overwhelming and stressed, and you're feeling more stressed, what kind of activities or behaviors do you notice that either like go out the window or you start to do? So like, for example, like if I'm feeling really stressed and I have a lot of schoolwork, but I'm like, just don't know where to start, I start to doom scroll, like go to social media and like I start to neglect the duties that I have to do because it all feels overwhelming. But yeah, that's one of the things that I do. Delaney, do you have anything that you want to share?
Yeah, I would say I usually start, like especially with schoolwork, when I have a bunch of like papers due. So if I'm trying to like do them in my house, I will procrastinate by finding other ways to be like productive. Like all the like bathroom hasn't been cleaned in 2 weeks. Like that's top priority right now, not this paper that's due on Saturday or Sunday.
Deep cleaning the bathroom.
Yeah.
Been there. What are you doing?
No, yeah, definitely balance. Like, if I can't have a clear place to work in,
Right.
then my mind can't be clear. So
Yeah.
that's what I did today, actually,
Mhm.
when I woke up.
Man, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes when I'm really stressed, I will feel myself get more like snacky. Like,
Yes.
my appetite will increase, and then I will catch myself. This has nothing to do with what's going on. What am I doing? So I noticed that. I noticed that like I'll do other bad habits. Like I'll catch myself staying really late, and I know intellectually that doesn't really help anyone. So not great,
Yeah. Really sneak up on you.
right?
Yeah. Which kind of leads into our next strategy per se, which Delaney is gonna lead.
Yeah, so basically next we're just gonna do a meditation, and this is like a guided meditation that you can practice like, you know, as you're noticing yourself becoming stressed. And it's really helpful to use this kind of meditation because you're not just like sitting in silence, but you kind of have like a direction that you're able to take yourself in, which can just be helpful with like focusing on the task. So if you are comfortable with it, I invite you all to close your eyes, and we will just start by planting your feet on the ground and making sure you're sitting in a comfortable position. So I would like you to choose a place in your mind where you feel calm and at peace. This place can be an imagined space or a real one. In this space, it's important that you are alone. You can imagine yourself alone with no people and no pets. As you're in this space, start to activate your senses. So we're gonna start by looking around this space that you're in. Are you inside? Are you outside? What do you notice about the landscape or the walls? What colors come to mind as you're sitting in this space? What does it feel like to be in this space? Are you laying down? Are you sitting up? Are you in a comfy chair or touching the earth? What do you hear in this space? Gentle music, or maybe the tweeting of birds. Maybe you can hear the wind kind of blowing in the trees. Now I'm going to invite you to deepen your practice through bilateral stimulation. So what this looks like is tapping your hands left to right, either on your knees or your thighs, wherever feels comfortable. So just slowly tapping from right to left. Still imagining yourself in this space. When you're ready, if you want to just take 2 deep breaths, bring yourself back to the present. And you can slowly open your eyes. Does anyone want to share their experience in their space?
Yeah, I feel like it's helpful to do guided meditations instead of, sometimes I'll try and like do that on my own, and then my brain starts to like go all over the place.
Mhm.
And the like tapping actually helped me focus into instead
like my space was like the clam flats where my nana like has a house, and I heard like the birds and all the trees, and it was very, very nice and surreal, and now I feel very calm. So
Good. Awesome.
I liked it.
I notice such a difference on busy days when I'm able to do a short meditation like this in the morning. Like I can feel myself come back to it. And like you were saying, Emily, sometimes I just need a little bit of an anchor for what to focus on, because just doing the mindfulness thing just is not enough when I'm really stressed. So I could see myself doing this first thing in the morning. That's cool. Thank you.
And then another kind of thought I would love to just talk about, if you guys have any ideas about how do you think having like a space or a meditation is a helpful practice as you're heading into leadership roles?
I feel like it's, as like in a leadership role, you're often managing other people, and like those people are looking up to you, so it's helpful to be grounded yourself, because I think you set the tone when you're in a leadership role of like how you're handling maybe stressful situations, but like just generally your nervous system, and yeah, being calm together is helpful.
It's so true. And I notice like just such a difference in who I am and how I operate when I'm doing practices like this, where if I don't, like I can feel myself get really activated when there's a lot going on, when there's a lot of people around. And so being able to like bring myself a little bit lower, I know I make better decisions, and I'm probably easier to be around for people. And that's really the kind of leader I want to be. Not perfectly all the time, but how about you?
Working at an engineering firm, like I see a lot of stress. Like there's a lot of hard deadlines, and the bosses, they get wound up, and then it gets crept down to me. And like if I really use this, maybe not a guided meditation, but a meditation of sorts, or even a guided meditation on YouTube, that would really help me. And like you said, I would make definitely like clearer decisions rather than like rushing it and maybe screwing up. And that would be very helpful. This exercise is super helpful.
Yeah, I've even found like apps, or like not an app, but like on Spotify you can find like 5-minute guided meditations, and it's like one of the, like a rapper, I think it's like Lil Jon, has like some meditations, and they're like 10 minutes. They're incredible.
They're
like,
pretty good.
Yeah.
Worth checking out.
Yeah, he has like this really calm voice.
Who
Because you know
knew?
he's like, yeah, but he
Yes.
just chills it out. And yeah, I really like his meditations. They're like 10 minutes, and sometimes if I have an extra few minutes in my car or something before I go into like class or something, I'll just like sit in the parking garage and like listen to it and get
Take me
myself
away, Lil
centered.
Jon. Yeah, it's so good. The
It's so
sound of the
funny.
voice matters, though. Your voice was really calming.
Thank you.
I thought.
Awesome. Well, I think that's everything on meditation. Emily, do you want to head into acupuncture?
Yes, so it's not acupuncture, but it's called EFT tapping, which is called Emotional Freedom Technique, and it's a really good way to like self-regulate, especially if you're a person who has a hard time sitting still and like needs to move around a lot. It's also something you could potentially do in more of a public setting, but we'll kind of get to that later. And it is based off of acupuncture. I don't know if anyone knows about acupuncture or has gotten acupuncture.
I never have. Have you?
Never.
Never? Okay, great.
It's acupuncture uses acupressure points to regulate your nervous system. It's like a Chinese medicine thing, but it can also be translated into this no needle, no cost form, which is really helpful for students like us. And yeah, so what we'll do is I'll kind of like walk us through each of the tapping points. We'll go through them and then we'll do it one more time, and then we can kind of talk about how this could look in like a public setting in a more subtle way. But you can also do this not in a public setting, or if you feel comfortable doing that in a public setting, totally up to you. So to start, we're gonna start with the outside of our hands, like the fleshy part of your palm, kind of. So you'll start by tapping this area, and then move the tapping to the top of your head, kind of like in the center of your ears. Then move to the inside corner of your eyebrow, and then the outside corner of your eyebrow. Then to right below your eye on the bone, and then to the area between your nose and your upper lip, and then the area between your lower lip and your chin, and then to your chest area, so like where a tie might be tied. Area is a couple inches below your armpit on your side. Great, so then we can run through that again, but maybe try the other side and see how that feels. So fleshy part of your hand, top of your head, inside corner of your eyebrow, outside of the eye, underneath your eye, between your nose and upper lip, and between your lower lip and your chin, on your chest, between your collarbones, and then under your armpit. Perfect. So that was just a very brief intro into EFT tapping, and a good way to do this subtly, because like maybe if you're in a meeting, you're not going to start doing this tapping in the center of a meeting, but because you're using acupressure points, you don't have to do tapping, you can just use pressure. So like if you are starting to feel stressed, you can like press underneath your eye or like on your head, and so, or like rub your temples. Yeah, I'm curious how you all might see this like playing out if you were to use this in like a meeting, or like when it could be helpful, and if it felt helpful at all.
I think for me, one time I was thinking about it might be useful is like when you're driving and like in a stressful traffic situation. I feel like that's a place where, especially if you're like by yourself, you could just like really easily kind of start running through them. And also I feel like doing the hand could be like kind of low key. Like you could just have your hands in your lap and like kind of holding your hand. So
I was thinking the same thing. Like I know sometimes when I'm in meetings, if I'm stressed, like I'll kind of catch myself picking things a little bit, and this would be such a better thing to do with my hands, because I noticed like on the second round that you did that, the second time you taught it through, I just felt my shoulders relax a little bit. So like, okay, I'm getting something out of this. I could see myself doing that under the table, you know?
I really liked this one. That one, I need to like, I do stuff like this, like when I moisturize my face, but I really like that. I'll do that more often.
Yeah, that makes sense too. I feel like as a student, like when looking at so many screens, and maybe like as a CAD drafter too, you're probably like squinting, so maybe you're holding a lot of stress in that area.
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like whenever I'm doing like presentations for class or something, I like automatically do this anyways. So like I feel like before I knew this existed, I was like kind of already using the pressure point to like chill myself out. But definitely like now knowing that I like more intentionally use it, and it has been helpful in presentations sometimes.
Well, I think that was kind of all the 3 skills we wanted to cover. So we can kind of end on that, but we really appreciate you guys joining us. And if you have any other questions or you want to like chat about anything, we have a little time, so we're happy to talk about anything else.
What is your biggest advice about self-regulation other than what we talked about today?
For me, I find myself really like coming back to my breath a lot. Breathing is like a huge piece for me. And I think also like with that, like the vagal nerve, just like making sure to just relax the body. When I feel myself kind of tightening up, it feels like I'll start to hold my breath and everything goes like up. And I just try to like let it out and like be really intentional. There's a skill called box breathing. It's really easy. Like breathe in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. So you like kind of think about it as a square. And that can be really helpful, like skill just to like have when you're in a meeting or feeling activated. And that's something that I also often will use just like in a moment when I find myself getting worked up.
Yeah, I love box breathing. I use that a lot too. I think what I've found, especially in the past year, is like having a really simple routine, like to start and end the day feels really helpful. And as soon as I notice that going out the window, like my stress levels start to go up. So like whether it's just like the order of like how I like walk my dog, then make breakfast in the morning, like just having something consistent feels really grounding in the beginning or the end of the day.
Thank you.
It makes sense that you would have to practice this stuff too, like when you're not just doing a presentation. That like your routine in the morning, you're driving to work, are little chances to work on it. What do you use? Because like you've got a high stress job. I bet you already know a lot of strategies.
Like over the past like couple years, like I might have like used like a vice to get rid of that, and I've like really been focusing on just the process of how I wind down. Like first, I'll take an hour and a half from studying to sleep. So I'll like shower, I'll eat, shower, stretch, brush my teeth, wash my face, go to bed, and I read a book. Reading books and journaling. This journal, like I've been really like on top of things. I find like finding like this little habit of journaling, like taking notes on my books or just how I feel, or just never anything negative, just positive stuff. That really helps me. That's what I do.
So nice.
Yes. What else? Like working out, that helps me get stress done. But it also might heighten my like anger or stress too, because I don't know. Just most of it's like school stress. Like I don't feel like I'm going fast enough through college, or like I need to like be working, but sometimes I just don't want to do it. That type of stress, it's like I just need to do what I need to do in the moments. But yeah, using the breathing and relaxing the body, like I also have been doing that recently. It's been pretty helpful. But when I get triggered, it's hard to think like, oh my God, I should breathe right now.
Right.
But looking back at it, it's like, I should just breathe, take a breath in a second. So I'm gonna practice that. That's gonna be good. Yes.
Good skill to work on. We all need that.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
If you want to scan the QR code.